Folks, we've been talking about crypto projects a lot, and a lot of times they don't really need crypto. They're just like kind of AI plus, something to do with crypto. But here today, we're going to talk about a project that really needs crypto in order to operate. So we're going to talk a little bit about Arcium today, and they also have a very big call to action. They're actually listing on CoinList, which is super legit platform for the community sale. I want to do a full coverage for them here so you guys don't miss out on this channel for Arcium. So anyways, guys, let's take a deep dive into what this whole thing is and why it's actually really important, because I honestly think this has a huge future potential play. So we've been observing this project for a long ass time, basically because of how important it is. In terms of funding, it actually reached almost $10 million of funding. I know this funding information is a little bit outdated, but they got Coinbase Ventures backing it. They got a huge amount of the big players backing it because of how important it is to the computational space in the future, which is why I really think this really needs to be covered on the main Boxmining channel as well, for just like understanding why this is like kind of like the hidden next big thing, right? I feel like a lot of people, they're talking about AI, but like AI doesn't really need crypto. But something like a MPC, because of the compute and because of the cryptography involved, and because you actually need to pay for the compute, it makes a lot of sense to actually build a crypto inside, build a coin inside, and make it work. So that's why I feel like this makes sense. More importantly, it's not just with health data or any with data, but actually trading data when it comes to crypto, because a lot of the trading, you don't want that information to be like visible to other players. You want to pass that information privately to people.
Especially nowadays, with a lot of hyperliquid insiders, quote unquote insiders, or some maybe even just doing some fake out. They open a very large position, and this sort of creates a lot of fear, sometimes FOMO in the market, and it's really a lot of misdirection, all because these sensitive information are public, right?
Yeah, and I guess to your credit, you're actually right. It is kind of about encrypting transactions. It's about making that transaction, making the announcement of the transaction that you're gonna do something private. And comparison-wise, these guys are actually very close to Nillion, which is yet again another big project that we're following, but with a huge valuation. This one was like, whoa, massive valuation. And I guess this is where it kind of fits in that whole category of secure compute. And definitely in terms of your valuation, I feel like Arcium is less discovered than Nillion. But when Nillion and everything like of these things gets released, holy shit, this is going to be a massive trend, one of those waves in crypto. And to show how really legit they are, they recently been accepted into the NVIDIA Inception program. This is the bleeding future of technology. We know that NVIDIA is making big bucks here and there. And Arcium fitting inside the Inception program gets them access to kind of show them these programs aren't just for receiving money. I think they have enough money already, but more importantly, it's like getting access and talking with the other startups and like, yo, hey, what's up? You want to use our
tech right here?
Our tech's like way better than everything else. It's allowing them to mix deeply in all the tools that's going to be built in the future. And everyone knows right now that data is the new oil. And you don't want to be sharing your data as if, you're like an Ivy League campus. Like everyone's like, oh, let's share everything. And, there's no such thing as like private ownership. You want to keep your data, you want to keep rich. And that's kind of how it works. Anyways, bad analogy, but there we go. More onto the important stuff, which is their CoinList round. So they're doing a public round to get public support, which makes a lot of sense. And that's going to be on the CoinList Arcium website. So this is where you join now. This actually requires you to go through a comprehensive KYC, but CoinList in the past have done really, really fantastically. They are one of the most legit launchers. So that's what's happening now. And I guess it actually makes a lot of sense for them to acquire a big community right before they launch as well, because having a community allows them to grow a lot faster.
Yeah. They have a very huge valuation, as you can see right here, actually.
200 mil, yeah. And it makes sense because, yet again, like the amount of stuff that they're doing is actually huge. So I think this is like, yet again, it's sub 1 billion. This is when you're like, oh, wow, this is a deal. Sub 1 bill. Okay, cool. But yeah, and also, of course, for their sale, 100% of their tokens will be unlocked at TGE in Q3 of 2025. So anyways, guys, good luck. And obviously, this is not financial advice, but it is happening. And for me, I will try to participate. But yet again, there's no guarantee I can even get in at this current point.
Yeah, might be oversubscribed.
It is oversubscribed. It's not a might, but it's just a matter of your luck at this end of the day. So, but of course, everything does involve risk. Play your own risk. There's no guarantees in the crypto space. Yada yada.
Right. So, finally a long-awaited follow-up from Arcium, because we haven't really been playing with Arcium since December, right? And let's see if we can get something from it.
So I think this is where it ramps up as well. And then just a shout out as well. If you guys didn't know, I've been stealth building, and then this is like soft launching our Airdroplet website.
Yeah.
It uses a lot of the previous spreadsheets that we had, and it just displays them out with better UI, and it just shows you what to farm. And with that, guys, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I feel like this is one of the topics that it's really hard to describe, and I hope we did it justice. But if you guys are interested in something like this, tell us what you think and how you would describe it too, because I feel like there needs to be different explanations of how it works, because it's something to get your brain to wrap around. So hopefully, as a community, we get to grow and to really learn about this, not just from, oh, let's encrypt everything, but like, okay, really, why is this useful? Because like once you understand, you know.
Yeah, and it'll definitely be helpful to learn more if you actually use this stuff. And the past year, that's how I learned a lot about how infrastructures work, how their products actually work, is by actually getting in there and see how the flow goes, and then you'll get familiar with it. And this will be a very helpful knowledge, a very useful skill to have moving forward if you want to stay in this industry, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys next time.
Peace!